understanding. So there were a few things that I talked from a very surface and initial level, which I really want to go deeper, but I don't want to use this medium as a just one-sided telling, rather to create a space where we can create some minefield together, like we can learn something from each other while having these discussions. So yeah, there are a few comments came in that two videos, and now I am thinking to really investigate what it is actually. I would try to understand the question. Maybe in this video I will take one question and just maybe talk around that topic. Yeah, and if you feel it is helpful for you in your the situation right now you are in, maybe you can continue. Otherwise, I don't think you should continue, because there's gonna be a long video. Maybe I'll try to make it not that long, but yeah, if it somehow connects you or it is helping you to develop your situation that you are in right now, only then continue this video or continue watching my this talk videos. And apart from this, in my channel you can find some diary cinema or yeah, those kind of things. Those are funny, so you can go and check it out, those things. But the question I am addressing myself today is, someone wrote, Sandesh Chapagan Shapajan, okay, 7424, from this name, from this channel. Nice self-talk, bro. How did you process that? My question is that what is the origin of source of thoughts? We can observe their presence but can't see its starting and ending. I'll be grateful if you do respond to this query. What is the origin of or source of thought? What is the origin of thoughts? We can observe their presence but can't see its starting and ending. What is the origin of thoughts? What is the I can tell that there is no origin of thought right now. So the now, when the now is there is no origin of thought, because then thought become an act, not a reflect. But most of the time, as we see our thought, a resonance, a reflection, a thing connected to something that we did in our past, or yeah, those kind of thing. Maybe what is the origin of thought? I can tell it's surely connected to memory. Perception, preconceived ideas. conditioning from surroundings. It is connected to all these things where the thought comes. See, right now, just now, I didn't have any thought. Maybe it's also could be an illusion made by thought that I don't have thought. But let's say the general thing of to be aware of a presence of thought, it is like it can be heard, that you can listen someone is saying something. Maybe the voice is sometimes abstract, sometimes you will find your own voice or the voice you already know, or maybe you are listening a voice in terms of chattering of your mind as a thought, but maybe you cannot recognize the voice and the person. It could be that also. And another thing could image, like the cinema thing. Actually, this is very close to cinema. So it has voice, it has images. Sometimes you see something in your thought process, I would say. Okay, first of all, to really give the answer, I think it's very important to really make our mind rest a bit by just sitting and maybe practicing just simple meditation that can create a very necessary, essential gap between the normal way of your mind and like a special orientation or motivation or preparation. So sometime when you sit and quietly and not doing anything physically, then actually the relation between you and your thought comes in the foreground, because you are not doing anything physically. Physically doing means for me physical movement of any kind. Even not moving physically could be also a direction from mind. But here I'm talking about how you be aware of your thought. You cannot, if you are not, just sit quietly for some time. You can and you will be if you just do this thing. So it's like a very essential cheat code. You have to sit quiet just for few time and just feel what happens in you, in your head space, in your body, in your feeling, just to observe. Maybe this is the right, not the right, this is a suitable situation where you can really feel what is your thought, what forms it appears in you, to you, and how it creates its own dance in your life. So, first sit, cross your leg, just sit normal meditation. Do it for some time, and then you will see there are some images emerging in your mind. Sometimes you have images, let's say similar to cinema, a focus zone, the deep focus zone, a depth of field. You have all these things in these images, And maybe let's say you are following someone, maybe you can appear as you as a first person, or the image can come to your mind as a not subjective POV rather than maybe objective. But how you have this thing in your memory when you live your life as a human, so you never fly, right? But that cinema and other visual literacy also being a part of you, and when you observe your thought, you can see visuals like cinema, that where you can fly, you can have like jump cut, when you can have like mid shot, master shot, and the progression, because it is all happening from memory. If there is no memory, there is no thought, because it is so connected to the memory, and memory has been created throughout all the perception or perceiving, conception, ideas, applications. So the thought cannot be really a unique self, but it can come in a unique form. It can take, because you have consumed many things in your mind, in your memory. So with a different combination and permutation, it will come back in your thought. So sometimes you will see some images with cinematic manner. Maybe if you go deep in you and really ask like, okay, last night I was meditating and I saw someone, that I am following someone, and it was so real, I felt it is happening right now or something. Maybe it is, but let's now investigate. Can you remember the detail of the road? Can you remember other people? Because maybe you've seen someone walking and you are following that person in a market, in a road, like, and don't consider it's an European city. Let's say it's an Asian city, a lot of people, a lot of light, and so are you able to remember all those things if you get back to that image what came to you as thought last night? So then you will understand, maybe you saw that images without having really taken care of the detail of it, the detail of images. There will be like foreground, middle ground, background, lot of elements, and was everyone's moving? Can you ask yourself, like, in that feeling of being a real space, following someone, and sometimes thought comes and you go into it for some time, and you feel actually it is happening like the dream. But now, as image way, are you aware, mindful of every detail of this images, of the space, of the changing of the spaces? Or you are focused with something? Maybe the person is your focus thing, maybe the person is your thought, but it cannot come without the spatial temporal context, right? Social or other. So that's why the context, your mind is also creating the context. It is completely similar to AI generating thing. If you give something to AI, they will like chuk 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 chuk, and they will pretend of a organic creating an organic world with a very artificial element taken from many information that you already gave. So what you already have in your mind, you are watching something or experiencing something out of that. So if you are not mindful in your practical life, you will not have any thought that has a quality of mindfulness. Because if you are not aware of watching a person walking in the street while there were many people around, lights, stuff, if you are not aware of experiencing this phenomena in detail, you cannot have this thing in your dream or in your thought while sitting meditating in detail. So then it could be like focused on something, but to be appeared in front of you, you also has a rational mind to create that thing. Maybe you just wanted to, or you just had to, or there was a connection between that person where you were following last night in your thought. Maybe the person is important, just the person. Maybe you had something with this person. But to see him or to follow him in the real practical rational world space, time space, you need some context to fool yourself. So you see the image as if it is not created by you right now while watching. Rather, it is a unique self separated from you, and it has an quality of a world dragging you or pushing you or like whatever. So you can attract it by that feeling, you can be horrified by the feeling. But it is very interesting that you experience the world with your senses, and then you close your eyes, you close everything, try to just sit and not do any physical movement or just observe, and then you see images. Sometimes you see that images that you completely lost into images, and then you realize, okay, I'm here, I'm actually breathing, I'm here, I'm sitting in my couch, and okay, this is my body. I'm scanning my body. Okay, okay. Now I have to focus the breathing, and see all these things. So maybe 2 minutes ago you started watching something like a following scene. You were following someone and you become lost into it without having the detail depiction. You are lost because you have enough information to make yourself get lost. And then you come back because now, so in that moment when you get lost in your thought, for that fraction of moment you completely lost yourself, your sitting self who is meditating. And then immediately you came back to that self. Then you are checking, scanning your body. Okay, now I'm here. I'm here in, okay, next to the Martin Street. Yeah, I have a sofa on my left. The heater is not working. I can feel the air. My one part of my window is not very attached to, it has a difficulty. So maybe some cold, chilled air is coming through it. Okay. The next room is empty. The street is empty. Maybe snowing. The next road. The next road. My stair of my building. So, yeah. So now you are lost to another manifestation or like another experiences. Suddenly, something, you are feeling something like some kind of bug or like an insect is sitting here or there or somewhere, and it is itching, So first you got lost into your thought, and then you came back to your body. Then you are that the mind is not having anything for some time, and you are becoming expanding of your mindfulness. You are aware of your room, the next room, the street, the rooftop, the person supposed to sleep on the top of your room, the person sleeping next to your room, the person maybe walking somewhere, the objects, the lights, the camera, everything is there, your shoes, your socks. Yeah, your awareness is getting spread the mind field. So, but 2 minutes ago you were lost in a street looking for or following someone. And now, while experiencing the bodily expanding feeling outside of your body, surrounding, considering the real space you are in. Suddenly a fly or something just touches here and you're feeling like, ooh, ha ha, ooh, everything, the stair got like juk juk juk, the person is sleeping up, juk juk juk, there's mark on the street, the roof, and then juk juk juk, and you become pa 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 here. Ooh, it's annoying, it's funny. But there is something. Maybe my, then reasoning, maybe my long hair, maybe a part of the hair is like really, or maybe I have bugs. Or mosquito. No, I don't supposed to have mosquito in this time in here. But what kind of thing? Maybe it's a bug. Oh my God, it could be like anything. Then, now your thought is happening regarding this physical feeling. But you are not moving. You want to see what happens. And you are really focusing your concentration or attention towards this space. Don't judge. Don't rush. So you're feeling now. You're feeling it. You're feeling it. It's a big thing. It's a big bite. Something is walking maybe. You get lost into that real feeling of that space. Suddenly, someone walks. Wooden floor. Your flatmate is walking. Wooden floor, big shoes. This thing, whoo. Your mind go, whoa, new thing, new sound, my dear. And you shift from one to another. And you forget about fly and the feeling here is also lost. Then you started having back pain. You go to the back pain. Then you're feeling like, you're feeling something here. Maybe, sometimes I feel like something is burning here and I try to focus on my head, and sometimes I have this feeling like, okay, maybe here there is a door opens and things coming and going like, whoa, jig, 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 jig. Yeah. And then sometimes you hear something. I hear something like, hey, things will be okay. One night it was like my heart was beating too fast and I felt like maybe I'll have heart attack or something. Should I open my eyes? Should I stop sitting? Then some voice, I know the voice actually. I know the person. And the voice came to my mind and saying like, hey, it's okay. You are fine. Don't open your eyes now. Don't open your eyes now. Take some time. You have done a beautiful job. Take some time. It will be calmed down. Your body will be relaxed. Then open your eyes. And it was so convincing. And I felt like, okay. I was sweating actually, shivering, like really chick. And then I came down and I calmed down and I opened my eyes and it was a beautiful experience. And the first thing I saw after that, wow, the shadow of my, the street light gives a shadow in my curtain of the window. And I never saw this shadow, how it looks like at midnight. I never saw it without having any connecting context. That day, first time I saw my curtain and the shadows from the light of outside of the street. And it was so present. And it became my mindfulness. So now I know my window a bit more maybe. I don't know, my dear, what is the origin of thought. I don't think it's an important question even for me. I would not ask this? Why should I ask? What is the intention to know? What is the origin of? And this kind of thing cannot be found by asking. Yes, you should ask, but I think the purpose of asking is not get the answer. The purpose of asking is a very understanding of this thing, and in one phase. So asking is a phase, finding phase. Yeah, so there are phase after phase, and you have to go through all of it, and you will have a glimpse, and maybe while you share, you will feel some common mindfulness as you are feeling with me. Few people at least, I believe. So in my experience, thought comes in many ways, actually. Many ways. I heard that thought even can be that prominent that you can feel from your body. Yeah, that day when I was shivering and these things, it was also a great like after effect, or like a effect of visualizing things in my mind continuously. So yeah, you can visualize yourself and hit your body. Yeah. So sometimes the manifestation of the mind can be experienced in the body. And most of the time you do masturbate. I think it's not the body controls the mind. It is the mind, it is the first person. Use the body. Mind use the body to get some fun in mind, but mind is telling the body like, hey, all the fun is for you. But there are some moments when you don't have any thought. You have a feeling of your body first, because you are centered here. You are accumulated here. Physically, there is a point in this world that you start accumulated to have a form of your body. So when that thought of sound, image, and other stuff is getting a bit whoo, then the feeling of body comes. And then you become aware of the body, the outside of your body, the next door, the window, the shadow, yeah, the what is it called, the road next to you, maybe getting expanding. And suddenly you remember, I have to wake up tomorrow at 6 a.m. or 12 p.m. Who knows? So yeah, things are shifting. So you come back body, you go mind, and come back body, and then you stay with your body without thinking, without having the thought processing on. Sometimes you just see thought, like you see an image, like someone is watching something, someone is following someone. Oh, that's me, I am following someone. Then it is interesting. When you get lost into it, you create some other opportunity, possibilities to have this kind of thought while you practicing not to have thought. For example, meditation. So yeah, I don't know the origin of thought, how it ends. I don't know the word ends. It transforms for sure, but ends, I don't know. Then I have to separate or like group it, or like an editing timeline. You color, different, classify, and then you can find like, okay, this is the end of this kind, this is the end of that kind. Yeah, otherwise though I cannot articulate. But So far I have figured out that thought, sometimes there is no thought and you are in your body. But maybe if we can prolong that period, the feeling of thoughtlessness will be manifested or experienced in a shared mind time space field. Yeah, maybe I'll talk about this thing to the next video.